Hey guys, I'm back once again streaming live on Twitch. For those of you watching on YouTube, you'll see my description up there. You know me. I'll put a little link over there, and you can see that link on the description. But what I thought, some of the things that I'm enjoying doing right now on streaming, and it's kind of like a little simple thing, is the tier list over here. That I got started. Obviously, if you guys checked out the last two vids, then you pretty much get the theme of it. So why have I gone with Telltale's tier list? Basically, I do want to take time on doing a let's play on Twitch, but I thought I need a authentic reaction. Like most of the games that I've can play right now on Twitch is games I've already played, and I think you'd be missing out on that genuine first time experience. But this obviously Telltales are dropping two games this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. We got The Expanse, and I love that TV series as well. Recommend anyone check that out. And secondly, we've got The Wolf Among Us 2, the sequel, finally dropping in. And honestly, I'm so glad the studio's back because by far it's probably one of my favorite studios currently that's in the industry. So looking forward to it. Now, you might notice something on tier list over here that I've got. These are the games that we have online. I would say it is missing not Batman, Back to the Future game over here. And to be honest, this was like the first little trial when they started these sort of little series of interactive stories, but we're gonna ignore all that for those of you who are in obvious what sort of games genre we're focusing on. It's just the interactive stories that Telltales has created because I think by far that's some of their best work. So this is what people really want to see. Uh, Also, of course, I will be spoiling what happens in these games just to give you an understanding of why I rated each as it is. So those of you who haven't played this game and you don't want any spoilers, then click off this video. Simple as it is. Go play the game, then come back and watch it. All right, don't forget to watch it. So here we go. I've started off here just to get rid of it, guys. I've not played the Minecraft. I didn't even know they did a Minecraft games. I actually genuinely never knew. And to be honest, why would I know? I play men game. I play real games. No, I'm not gonna rip into the community. I it's just never appealed to me. Minecraft. It's not a thing that I've actually like really dwelled into. I see why people hyped over it, but for me, it's one of them like I probably never get round to it. To I'll be honest, but I appreciate it. I guess I could as it's a huge thing in gaming culture. So kicking it off with the first ever game that they dropped in from all the series is The Walking Dead. This was the one that kicked it off over here, and honestly, one of my favorite games that I've really enjoyed playing. And I really did try, guys, to get my wife to go on this game as well. But she actually got scared of the zombies. For that reason, deserves an S alone. But in all due seriousness, right? I honestly loved the storyline. I really did. There was like some emotional character development over there. I You felt immersed into the Walking Dead world. This is when Walking Dead was on, like, before it got killed off or flooded off with too many seasons and like plot holes that never ended. Walking Dead was like huge. Like everyone was like obsessively watching it. You could talk to anyone from any background. Everyone was watching Walking Dead from far as I remember. But yeah, honestly, this game was like the perfect like drop to like kind of make you submerge into that world as well. I really love the storyline. R.I.P. Lee, one of the saddest deaths in gaming. I will say it straight. It really is, and at least we see the rise of Clementine. Obviously, we'll get back around to her as well because this is why ended up dropping like 4 games in total with her, and then 5 of Walking Dead. So, following this, it came up to being The Wolf Among Us. Look, again, another one I was massively impressed by. Not really like my sort of like. I'm gonna give it S again, guys, because this is it. I probably might as well give this all S, but no, we'll be serious, right? What it is about the Wolf Among Us that I really enjoyed, it was just that twisted tale of like being submerged in like this Disney fairy tale like land, but also like having that dark theme behind it. The storyline really blended in really well. I did not know who we're looking for. I did not know who the villain was. Half the things I thought of turned out to be something else. There's so much like loopholes that got involved, and then just at the end when he actually turns into the wolf, the final chapter, all that build up, you see him rage, and then he actually turns into the big bad wolf in the fifth episode. Honestly, perfect build up of a character. Again, I am massively looking forward to the sequel. They will. You can take my money, Telltales. When that comes out, here you go. Have my wallet. Just take my pay slip. Just direct it towards them. Moving on, guys. We got Walking Dead season 2. So the sequel to Clementine's story. Now this one as well, I'm gonna slightly drop it a bit. Again, I enjoyed it. It deserves an A, but the reason why I feel like I kind of at this point in time understood like the pathway of how Telltale games work, and despite some of the, I feel like some of the choices, right, that you choose, it turns out to be the like it makes it out that it's not exactly what you wanted to go for. So like one option you get like, all right, maybe if I behave like this towards a certain character, we can build up some sort of relationship, and then they won't come back and screw me up in the ass. But no matter what, the game actually ends up somehow like diverting it against you. One of the scenes that I remember though a lot is when you got the option right there and then where the mother, at that point. The baby she was carrying, she transformed. Oh my god, I forgot the child's name already. CJ, I think so. I can't fully remember. But anyway, like the mother got transformed. You only had the option to alert people or shoot, and that was like your two tough decisions over there. Obviously, I shot because why wouldn't you? At that situation to save the baby's life, but because you were in a group that couldn't understand English, and there was obviously a communication barrier, and everyone's obviously in schizo mode at that point of time in the Walking Dead universe, that turned out to be the worst decision you can do. But even if you chose the other decision, guess what? It will still backfire. So I'm like, why do that? Just why make me make that choice anyway? If it's gonna turn sour and bad, just make it do it. Don't make it out like it's my fault, right? Like don't put it on me. It was gonna turn sour either way. Right, moving on. What we got next? Okay, so Tales of from the Borderland. This is where I'm kind of going to drop it in a bit. So I think mainly okay. I'm gonna give it C because to be honest, it's not like not a bad storyline. But for me, I'm just not into Borderlands. Like, I'm not into the universe. I'm not into like the whole lore behind it. I guess it was never really my cup of tea to begin with. I have had a go on Borderlands, the game itself, but I just could tell it wasn't just my style. Again, like I'm not saying it was a bad story. I just felt like a bit distant towards it, so that's my own personal feeling about it for myself. And to be fair, it's forgettable. Like I don't even know any of the characters' name that I now think of it. So not for me. I know other people amongst my friend circle have enjoyed it, but it just wasn't for me overall. Moving on, what we got over here. So Tales from the Borderland. Oh, Game of Thrones. Holy crap! This is. I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones. Obviously, you could tell by the last tier list of video as well. And yeah, it's gonna have to be an S, guys. It's gonna have to be like, look at this, right? It was dropped in at the time season 5, I believe, just finished off Game of Thrones, and they merged the storyline with the characters that you interact with, the Foresters, quite well with what's happening throughout the overall world without changing it. Like the stuff that does happen within games within the game, you could see it working alongside the actual TV series at that point of time. And I just felt like that was perfectly well done. That was a difficult task for them, and it's really, really well executed. Um, Obviously, they took a massive inspiration from some of the characters that were actually on the TV series. Like there was a B Tech version of Peter Baelish, and then obviously they had the whole little storyline with the Foresters up in their side of the territory in the north, which kind of saw like a bit of a civil war division going on between what you can see from at that point in time House Stark and House Lannister were in a battle. Like I said, it was like you can see where the elements came from. I like the choices as well because the choices I felt like had a real impact, especially towards one at the end. You can either save one or the other, brother. It's your choice as well. But so because all some of the characters you actually know from the TV series and I interact with them as well, it was quite wicked. Like seeing Ramsay snore every time I saw Ramsay snore, I was like, ah. I don't know if this is gonna turn if this is gonna turn bad real quick, or is it gonna I can actually like avoid him. But it gave me that difficult decisions to make, and I think overall they've done absolutely perfect in terms of any Game of Thrones. There's not really been any decent Game of Thrones games since then. Really, I know they got mobile and all these little things, but to be honest, Game of Thrones, in terms of like if you're talking like transferring it to games, this was by far their best project that they've done. So well done to Telltales for that. Right, what we got next? Minecraft story. Obviously, I've not played this. Someone could put that in the comment section to let me know how that's like. Like, is it even worth going for? Walking Dead, Michonne. This one I'm gonna give D, right? Because I know again, okay, we're focusing on the world of Walking Dead. Actually, what's going on TV is Michonne departs from the group, and then this is showing her side adventures. I don't think the interactive choices as well. I don't think you actually emerging into like the options. You know, like oh, go ahead. You know, sometimes when you're playing the game, obviously you need to go out there and find some little stuff now and then. You need to seek clues, etc. Michonne, I felt I was missing that elements, like that little other things other than pressing an option. I think it was more centered around like just storytelling. There was not really much other gameplay involved, and to be fair, even that storytelling was quite meh. Like it didn't really expand the character much in my eyes as well. So I just felt like I was just to be honest, I was quite bored of it towards the end really, and I felt like I just wanted to complete it just so I could get my achievements and walk away. So I shouldn't have felt that way. That's why I'm gonna have to give it a D. But in terms of overall gaming, it's not the worst game I've played. Put it that way. Like it's okay, it's decent. But if you're talking Telltale's value, then it's a D from them all. Moving on, we've got Batman, the Telltale series. Holy crap! I'm gonna have to definitely give this an S. And the reason why is because one of them scenes stood out for me like instantly. I still remember it, like how dark it was. It was the fact that the obviously the main villain comes out. You see her backstory, her lore, where she was just trapped and like abused as a child, and you're going through that little like dungeon that she was like buried in, and you just see that awful way she was treated as well, and it just gave you an absolute cool villain to focus on, and I just think I always appreciate a good antagonist. Right, Batman's the ultimate protagonist at the end of the day. Batman always will be. Batman will 100% be the ultimate protagonist. There's no way like anyone else could convince me. He's just like the absolute god tier of heroes in my eyes. But when it comes to it, like obviously they kind of went to did their own little path. Like they didn't do the whole like focus on Joker thing. Obviously, we'll touch on to that as well in the next game. But you did get that interaction, seeing the mental hospital with Joker. Then some of the characters, obviously, that you bump into that you are familiar with of the Batman universe. It was nice to have that as well incorporated. But the storyline overall, it was wicked. I enjoyed it, and to be fair, like the sequel as well did not disappoint. But we'll get around to that, right? So moving on, The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. Okay, I'm thinking about this one. I'm gonna put it as a B. Right, I don't know why they chose to focus on a new character and then keep Clementine in as well. Like, what you guys were going with that. I don't know if they didn't have anything to expand on Clementine's um like her lore or her storyline overall. I don't know if they just didn't want to complete the trilogy that they had for her in mind, but they wanted to entice the people of the Walking Dead universe as well. That's why even they went for a new frontier rather than like season 3 or naming it anything like that. They just gave it like its own subheading. Don't get me wrong, the storyline was great. It was good. You got a bit more of a bit more of a structured environment over there. It's a bit more like now you're seeing some sort of like society being adapted now to what's happening with the walkers out there. So again, they were going around with what's going on in the TV series and adapting it to the game. Maybe that's why they kind of like just was like running out of ideas of what to do. They didn't want to focus on Clementine too much because they want to see how the TV series were going at that point. I don't know. I'm making an excuse for them because obviously Walking Dead was just kept filtering the same stuff over and over again, season after season. But yeah, I just think it was like one of those things. It was a filler, and that's why it was a decent filler. But it's not like, oh wow, it's not one of them ones where you happily go back and play again. As compared to the first two games, which I happily play over again anytime. And obviously the final one, I just don't think it will. I just don't think it held up that well. Moving on, guys, we have got the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale. Okay, I'm a bit surprised. I thought that was like the last one, but okay. So the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series. Um, oh, it was funny. It was quite good. I don't know. The sense of humor was good on there, but does it hold up as strong as the others? If I'm gonna give it a B, right? I want to kind of stuff it in between a B and an A because it's better than New Frontier, but I don't think it's as good as season 2 of Walking Dead. That's yeah, it's fallen on a bit of a weird category, that one for me. So again, it was decent. It was good. I enjoyed the storyline. A bit more interaction this time, where you can use his space boots of Star Lord and go up different floors as well. So a bit more puzzles, I would say. That was a bit of a surprise over there. But at the same time as well, um, I like. I don't know if it's Marvel that's brainwashed me. I mean, Marvel Cinematic Universe, like obviously, because I know the comic series is a bit different because of what you see on the movies. Of course, they are, but it just felt like I was not really. I just didn't feel like he was Star Lord for some weird reason. I'm like, who's this like imposter over here? This wannabe Star Lord, and even the hair color was wrong. Even the hair color, like that's it. I'm just being absolutely biased against him. But you know what? I just felt like I was playing like a I don't know some like copped out version of Guardians of the Galaxy from the actual movie series. That's how I personally felt with. And then also like when you bump into Mantis and she's got all this like lore and origin story, and you're like, what? Like what? Now that's confused me. Does that happen in the comic series? Is it something that they made up? Like, but some of the characters that you did like explore their backstory to, like Drax and Rocket, that made me relate to the characters a lot more than the movie series had ever done. So like I appreciate that as well. But if anyone, played this game and the choice at the end of who to resurrect and you didn't resurrect Drax's daughter, you got no heart. You literally got no heart. You all of them, I get it. They'd have to bury someone as harsh as it was. But Drax lost his daughter. Give him back his daughter. That was the only option that was acceptable to go for. I don't care what anyone says. All right, that was the only choice at the end. So that is even why it's a B, because it left me with one choice really. You might say, oh, it's a difficult choice because each of them we saw their build up and all the crap that they had to go through. Nah, Drax lost his daughter. He takes priority. Simple as that. And who's gonna say no to Drax? He'll absolutely give you a whooping if you really think about it. Right, next up, guys, we got the Enemy Within Batman series. Okay, I'm gonna give this an A. A couple of reasons why I'm gonna have to give. I'm dropping this down from an S in comparison to the last one. Mainly, this one's focusing around the Joker, and what is it called? He's got that. He's got that that name that they give to people that they can't. John Doe, is it? I think John Doe. Yeah, John Doe. Let's just call him John Doe. Like that's the name that they give people that they can't identify. Jane. Oh yeah, Jane Doe, John Doe. So you knew he was gonna become Joker. He was cool with you. He was safe. He was like he was like a little sidekick for a long period of time. But I'm like, this guy's gonna become the Joker, and I just knew the storyline was still great, but always in the back of my mind, it was like, there he is. He's gonna become the Joker at one point. As much as he's so cool with me and he's helping me out, I'm very of this. I'm very of this cunt over here. I know what he's gonna do, and obviously the backstab happened. But you know what? Some part of me made me believe that it wasn't gonna happen. A little part of me just thought like, he might actually they might be doing a new direction with him. They might actually try to do something completely off guard just so it doesn't like fall under that common trap. But nah, like obviously John Doe became the Joker, became the arch nemesis of Batman, and before you know it, he was killing millions of innocents once again. And you're like, I knew it. Well, and that's it. That's the only downside I could give to that game. Other than that, fantastic. Love the storyline. Great sequel to it. Uh, I think this is a thing, isn't it? When it comes to Batman, when it's Batman, you're gonna have to. It always Joker comes alongside it. Like no matter what series ever of Batman that's gonna be released in movies, at some point a Joker appearance will be there, and that's just the thing, isn't it? Like it just goes hand in hand. And finally, the last Walking Dead series I did, and I actually did a Let's Play on Twitch. Except I'm still new to Twitch. I'm still like completely did not understand how the audio settings work, so that's why you couldn't hear me. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna have to give this an S. I love this game. I really, really do. A perfect like roundup to Clementine's origin, and I did get scared. I thought we lost Clementine towards the end, and I was actually disappointed. That you don't understand how actually happy I was to see she only got amputated. At least in mine, she only got amputated. I don't know what happened. I have not checked out anything else because I might carry on doing a let's play on this as well on Twitch, just to try to see if I can go with a new interaction, try to do something a bit different. But again, great trilogy. If I'm not counting New Frontier, I'm trying the other two, obviously. But in my eyes, it ended really well. And that's it. Like, I don't do anymore. That's all I say. Leave it as it is. Like, I don't like things right that ends perfectly. Where they go and later on go, that name, that title sold us millions of copies. Let's go and kill the character off completely and destroy the origin and arc story. Like, oh no, like don't do a Star Wars, please. Like, don't touch it anymore. And Telltales, I doubt they're listening. Obviously, I'm just one man talking crap on camera, but like, hopefully, someone out there agrees with it as well. And that's it, guys. That's my tier list. And five S's, like freaking hell. I told you, I love this. I love the studio. Two A's, two B's, C, obviously for the reason I said. D with Michonne, absolute dirt to be honest out of them all. But yeah, let me know what you think of the Minecraft. Someone can let me know. And is there two? Story mode, this one. I don't know if this guy, Agro the Slav, he's the one that's done this over here. I don't know if he's just duplicated it or if there's actually two in total. Let's have a look. Minecraft. Oh no, this is season 2. Okay. Wow. Minecraft has 2 games of Telltales, and I did not even know about it. Well, there we go, guys. Can't be that big of a fan if I did not know about these two. But yeah, I think that's a good list. I personally think that I've been very very fair with that. Um, where would I'm wondering where now the Expanse would go, because Expanse is one of them TV series. Like I feel like it's so underrated. Like, not many people know about it, but it's probably one of the best sci-fi series out there. And yeah, Wolf Among Us 2. Really, really looking forward to that, and we're gonna get that Let's Play up on Twitch as soon as it drops, guys. As soon as them 2 titles are dropped, it's downloaded, and we're going live on camera. So hopefully you can stay tuned with that. Yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna leave it be. The stream's been going on for 25 minutes, so this is probably the shortest one that I've done on the tier list. But Hopefully, appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to like the vid. Thank you once again. And hopefully, I'll see you guys on the next tier list of vid. Either whatever I choose to do, I'm going to do it anyway. But yeah, that's me done. Peace up. Enjoy the rest of your day. If any guy knows in a relationship, you never give your missus ammo. Eternals gave her a full freaking machine gun and a nuclear bomb to use against me in the future. So that well done, Eternals. Thank you for cursing me for the rest of my entire existence. Appreciate that.